Counting down the best James Bond pre-title sequences, it's perhaps the most iconic of them all. At number 5, it's The Spy Who Loved Me.
My son thought this is the coolest, the absolute coolest. And yeah, at 6, him seeing this and going, yeah, this is really cool. You know, and like, he loves the outfits. He loves the, it's the big stunt at the end that lives with him. It really is. He says it's the most dangerous thing he's ever seen. And I'm like, you are right, son.
Yeah.
It's probably the most dangerous thing we've ever seen. So yeah, if it's good for a 6-year-old, and I think that your assessment, John, that it's the best of all time, I think it is for an awful lot of people. And I think it is the most memorable for an awful lot of people. And I think it's very hard to argue against.
I just think it's got everything that you ever want. It tells the story at first. It starts off with the shaking on the ship while they're having the cup of tea, playing the game of chess.
Yeah.
Harrowing. And you think that alone, how many Bond films since have riffed on that? You know, you've got the Devonshire stuff in Tomorrow Never Dies. You've got it in
Your Eyes Only.
It becomes quite a common trait, and I think that, you know, at the time you can't take for granted that wasn't a generic thing then. That was a new thing.
Because we've seen it so many times, this film, and you can't remember which bit's which. When I saw it back, you know, for the purposes of this, I'd forgotten that the viewer doesn't find out what the submarine sees. It just ends with the captain like, good God, or something like that. And we only find out much later that it's Stromberg's tanker that's devoured it.
Yeah.
We don't know whether they're dead or not, do we?
No. Robin's face when he said, "Oh my God," was absolutely
so scary.
yeah. Rudy words.
Oh my God.
Then you go to Moscow, and like that in itself is completely different.
Yeah.
There's so much backstory going on.
Yeah, there's loads of we only ever remember the stunt, and there's like loads of storytelling before we introduce Gogol. And Gogol then becomes like a mainstay for the next 6 films.
Yeah. This is his first appearance, isn't it?
First appearance. This is it. Never been heard of before. Gogol turns up.
And Rubovich. Come on.
And Rubovich, apologies.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm not even mentioned Triple X and the whole reveal that it's a woman. You know, and Sergei Barzov, he sets off.
It's been a wonderful weekend. I shall never forget it.
Nor will I. When can we meet again?
As soon as my mission is accomplished. I must go. I have to be in Austria tonight.
5 more minutes.
Agent Triple X, calling Agent Triple X. You will report to headquarters immediately. Agent Triple X, acknowledge and verify.
This is Triple X. Message received and understood.
We've mentioned Gogol. We even have M and Moneypenny.
Oh yeah.
Tell him to pull out. Bit rude, but
yeah.
Yes, Mr. Prime Minister. I understand the gravity of the situation. Yes, I'll put our best man on it at once. Goodbye. Moneypenny, where's 007?
He's on a mission, sir, in Austria.
Well, tell him to pull out. Immediately.
James is with a lady.
Yeah.
And he's necking with her. And
Oh, James. I cannot find the words.
Well, let me try and enlarge your vocabulary.
Absolutely brilliant scene, but an iconic line that pretty much everyone remembers of James Bond. James, I need you. So does England.
But James, I need you.
So does England.
So you could do the same thing again that we did with the last one. Stunts, world building, explosions. Does it have an explosion? Yes, it does. In the chest of that chap.
Yeah, that's underrated.
Wow. What a gadget that is as well.
Gadgets.
You know, have a ski pole as a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
So good.
It's ridiculous. The little, iconic gadgets as well. I think that's just producing evidence everywhere Bond goes of his whereabouts. Was James? Oh yeah, we found one of his little 007 reports base.
Yeah.
All right, we know he was here.
What's happened? Where are you going?
Sorry, darling, something came up.
Boundary pushing cinema, I think, also is the other thing. I think when the boundaries, when Bond decides to push the boundaries, and it doesn't have to be like stunt boundaries, although this 100% did that. Forever, like change the face of stunts in a way. This is what we love about this stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
This is movie Bond. This isn't.
Yeah.
You know, with one to respect, it's not. This isn't from the page Fleming, is it?
No.
You know, they wrote intelligently. They wrote a really good story that they packed in and seeded in this opening salvo. They just happened to top it off with one of the most exhilarating things ever committed to film.
You've got Bond 77 coming on then, and Bond 77 there, and you're kicking in, and then you've got a phenomenal, action's brilliant going on. John Glenn just smashing it out the park here, you know, with the action. And there is no way out, and then he flies off a cliff. And it's just outrageous. What do you do? And the timing of the shot and the music and the opening of the parachute is inch perfect. A second longer, it's too much. A second shorter, it's not enough. It's perfect. You see his legs twirling. You see it.
Yeah.
Rick Sylvester, you see him falling through the sky. It's perfectly shot. The minute that parachute comes up, it shows how lucky we are. There's no other music in the world that would be more appropriate than that parachute. I love the Star Wars tune. I love Indiana Jones. I love the Mission Impossible theme. I love Superman. None of them would ever work as like it's perfect. And when you hear about the crowds giving a standing ovation, yeah, of course they are. And what you've got to remember is that this is Cubby Broccoli's first film as sole producer. This is his first film. This is the film where basically people are going into the cinema going, is James Bond finished? Can it carry on?
Yes.
It's never had a 3-year hiatus before. It's never had one producer. It's always been co-producers. Roger Moore on that after that second film isn't as well received at that moment in time. And then you have that. It is the biggest 2 fingers to critics you could ever give.
Is it fair to say, therefore, then this particular one comes along and it redefines what an opening sequence, a pre-title sequence could be?
It does.
And also creates, I mean, for me, this sets James Bond up. I mean, this is such an iconic memory and such a formative memory that this probably sets James Bond and James Bond's legacy in a cinematic sense for the next 50 years.
Yeah.
It probably just goes, you know what, guys, we've got this. We've done this. This is going to set this franchise up in the memories of cinema goers for half a century.
This redefines the pre-title sequence. The key thing that it adds is stunts.
Yeah.
So until now, we've had brilliant missions, brilliant action, little, I don't know, standalone things. We've had the women and all that. But we've not had a guy. There's 2 shots, aren't there? So the first shot is so underrated again. It actually sees a guy go off. It's so scary because it's such a perfectly beautiful mountain where you can tell you're not meant to be skiing on this. This is a sheer drop. You're not meant to be anywhere near this. And then just the one shot, and I know John Glenn has retold this before, but you don't know going into it. A bit like the loop-de-loop on Man with the Gun on the Gun. This could take 100 takes, could take 10. But to do that on one, and I think the sound dropped out a bit, which helped it. And also, they were running out of space where I think had he gone a bit further down, it would have caught some of the rock, so it would have been obscured. So, again, as John says, lightning in a bottle. I think, when we come on to GoldenEye, it sort of tries to recreate that silent falling where the audience is like absolutely in the palm of the hand, aren't they? But just seeing it at home and your son, Robin,
just thought it was the
I've never
coolest.
known to watch it without mouth open, gobsmacked, and you know what's going to happen. But
He's seen this 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah, of course he has.
He still thinks it's the coolest.
Yeah. He's going upside down. His legs, like you say, John, are all over the place.
Yeah.
The skis come off.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, isn't it?
The poles are going off, and you know, like the skis are but they all flip. It's like, even though that they go, it's once, this is planets aligning again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like everything just going in the exact way it needs to for this to be utter perfection. Because even everything aesthetically drifts apart in like perfect. I think the other thing that needs mentioning, sorry, is the cinematography is out of this world.
Yeah,
It's out of this world. And that shot that you mentioned, Tom, that's really underrated. It looks like he's going down into a lake, doesn't it? You know, like it comes down, and they're all going down into that sort of like trough before falling off the massive cliff. You don't get this anywhere.
Because the other guys are there behind.
Yeah,
the same shot.
it is. What did Robin say? Dangerous. What he does is so dangerous. It's really dangerous. Yeah.
It's also the most patriotic of all title sequence by far, and it does make you feel proud to be British watching it.
100%.